Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 3rd October 2023. Before generating today's demand and supply zones, let us have a look into the report we published on last trading day, that is last Friday. And let us find if we got any intraday entries, and also we will evaluate their performance quickly. And this is the report I published on 29 September 2023, that is our last trading day on Friday. And these are the stocks near to the daily demand zone. Do we have any high liquidity demand zones? No. All these demand zones are normal demand zones. They may work or they may not work. But high liquidity demand zones are having some guarantee at least. That means they have higher success rate. So no demand zones are available. So let's look into the supply zones. Yeah, these are the daily supply zones near to the, I mean, these stocks are near to the daily supply zones. So here we have few high liquidity zones. Look into the supply zones because this report talks about stocks near to daily supply zones. Entry time frame is daily. This is the last trading day, end of the report. And today we need to find whether we got any any of these zones got tested. We have a supply zone, normal supply zone, normal supply zone. This is a resistance supply zone which stock Divi's lab. So it is in the sideways in all the three time frames, and it is already tested 4 times, but it is not at pierced. That is important point we should remember. And it is at equilibrium. So let's open Divi's lab. This is today's candle. So it's not reached to the supply zone. So we didn't get entry in this stock. So let's go back and find the next stock. And the next one is a DLF. Monthly is uptrend, weekly is uptrend, daily is sideways. It is a counter trend trade. It is already tested once. So we need to look for a deep entry in this zone, especially in 75 minutes, because we always go one time frame below and we will fine tune. It is high on the curve, this zone. Excuse me. So DLF. Is the second entry. Look into the DLF first entry. It already went very deep into this zone. Now today we got the entry on the same zone which is not fresh. Let's go to the 75 minutes. This zone is already tested. And look here, it consumed many pending orders. So what will happen to DLF? Just touch and then again price is, it gave a very strong rejection today. Okay, that is fine. But do we need to take an entry in the second time on this zone? The answer is no, unless this 75-minute zone is also a high liquidity zone. Because time being, I am avoiding this order. Maybe if anybody would have taken this intraday trade, you might have got some profit, intraday profit. So what is the entry? 540 and closing price 526. Sorry, 536 or 537. Maybe 3 rupee profit you might have got. But the reality is always we have to take a deep entry. It is already penetrated the previous one, the previous one. So further penetration, there is no zone available here. So that's why I don't accept DLF trade. I simply reject this trade because it is a risky. Because it is a second entry, even though it is a high probability zone, the first entry itself penetrated very deep. So let's avoid DLF. So what is the next one? Glenmark. Monthly sideways, weekly uptrend, again daily sideways. And this is already tested 3 times. This is a high liquidity zone which is on high on the curve. But see, the risk reward is very good. It is almost 1:5 risk reward. Okay, let's open Glenmark. Let us check, we got an entry. Glenmark Pharma. So we found a 75-minute zone that is in confluence with daily zone. So it's a good thing. But where we take the entry at this zone low, daily zone low, here we will be taking in this 75 minutes, but we take it near to the daily demand zone. But price didn't go up to this level. As per our high liquidity demand zone principle, this is our entry. Here is our entry. But if you want to trade based on 75 minutes time frame, your normal supply and demand zone based, maybe you might have taken an entry here. But for us, the real entry point is not triggered in this zone. So we have to wait for some more time until price reaches here. And you should also remember this is already a tested zone. See, this zone is somewhere in 2017, 2017 April, this zone was formed. So we didn't get entry even in this zone, in this particular stock. Let's look into the next stock. Next one is ZNFC. ZNFC, this is uptrend monthly, weekly is uptrend, daily is sideways. And this is also tested 3 times and 6 rejections it gave, and it is at the equilibrium. We have risk reward is not good, but we need not worry about this because we always go for one time frame lower. There we find good risk reward. So GNFC. So we have already fine-tuned 75 minutes. It is a fresh zone. But today we didn't get the entry. This is on 29th, that is last Friday, the price didn't. But today also, none of these candles are able to reach till our entry level. So we didn't get entry in this stock. Because we always look for fresh 75 minutes zones. Unless that 75 minutes zone is a high liquidity zone. Otherwise, we look for fresh 75 minutes that is in confluence with daily zones. I mean daily high liquidity zones. So here also we didn't get the entry. So far none of the stocks we got the entry. But see, we have some more stocks. Let us look into the stocks. GNFC we didn't get. What is the next high liquidity zone? IOC is a normal supply zone and Muthoot Finance is a high liquidity zone. Okay. And monthly is sideways, very good. Weekly is also sideways, daily is down. So it is having perfect conditions, trend point of view, to go for a short trade. And it is also high on the curve. This is another plus point, very good. Odd enhancer score is 11 out of 15, okay, good. The risk reward is 1:1, or close to 1:1. But we will look for 75 minutes level. So there we will fine tune. Muthoot Finance, have we got the entry? Let us look into that. Muthoot Finance. Excellent. Let's go to the 75 minutes. Here we have a base candle, we have a leg out. We already drawn a supply zone. And in this supply zone, today at 9:15 candle, we got the entry. Just touched the zone, the daily demand zone high, because we will be waiting until this daily demand zone. So in this daily demand zone, we got the entry. And what about the target? Because we didn't have any supply zones here. Because we didn't have the supply zones, what we can do, in the previous candles, we will see where the rejections are coming. See the blue color horizontal line I have drawn here? From here, there are a lot of rejections in the previously. If you look into 15 minutes time frame, you understand in a better way. So here is one rejection, here is one rejection. So that's why I have drawn a line here. That means next time again price comes to this zone, probably these rejections, maybe here there is an order flow. This order flow may push the price up or anything happen. Maybe if the supply is very strong, it will consume all the orders. But a lot of consolidation is happened today here. But does it reach our target? Yes, it reached in this candle. See, this is at 11 o'clock. Today at 11 o'clock, it reached the target. And today at 9:15 candle, we got the entry. And at 11 o'clock, it reached the target. So how much profit we got? Around 1254, 1254, we have the entry here. Around 1254. So 1254 minus What is the target as per this blue color line? It's around 1 to 3, 4. So 1 to 2, 3, 4 is the target. So 1 to 3, 4. 1 to 5, 4 minus 1 to 3, 4. So we got 20 rupees profit for one share. Remember, this is an intraday, we achieved this target. And what is the lot size of Muthoot Finance? $550 is the lot size. And what is the cost of the lot? 1,26,445 is the cost of the lot. That is the minimum margin. So 20 into 550, we got 11,000 profit during intraday. So what is our return on investment, ROI, return on investment? So 11,000 into 100 divided by cost of the lot. That is 126,445. That is 1,26,445. So we got 8.69. That means 8.7% return we got. So it's a very good return. Just one trading session, we got 8.69% return on our investment. Excellent. So our high liquidity zones have given a very good result within one trading day, especially during intraday trade. So now let's look into our next stock. So we looked into the Muthoot Finance. Next stock is resistance R_S supply zone, resistance supply zone. This is National Aluminium. So it is already a tested zone, but we don't take trade in this zone. Can you guess why? We already discussed this point earlier. Because it is a pierced zone. PIE indicates pierced. I told you there are times high liquidity zones also will fail. So probably this National Aluminium might have failed during its first entry into the zone itself. Okay, fine. Next, what about next stock? OFSS. This is also resistance supply zone, high liquidity zone, and it is a fresh zone, but it has one rejection. That means already it might have got one entry at lower time frames. So we have to look into this stock. So what is the trend? Uptrend in monthly, but weekly is sideways and daily is changed to down. It is a perfect condition. However, the trend is changed from uptrend to sideways and then down on different time frames. That is starting from monthly to daily. So what is the risk reward? 2.27 is the risk, 1.59 is the reward. The risk reward is not at all good on daily time frame. But what we do, we will fine tune at 75 minutes level. There if you find good risk reward, we will go for this trade. Otherwise, we will reject. So let us look into the stock. So Oracle Financials, OF, SS. First, let us look into daily time frame because it is a daily zone. So this is the daily high liquidity zone. What we did, we fine-tuned this daily zone to 75 minutes. Why we fine-tuned not at the entry level? Because already we have a rejection from this zone. This rejection consumed some orders. So we want to go a deep inside this zone. Deep inside I found one 75 minutes zone. So I have selected. And moreover, this 75 minutes zone is in confluence with daily EMA, exponential moving average. So that is also another advantage. And we also got an entry today here. Just it touched the zone and then price down. And this 75 minutes demand zone is the target. So we got entry and also it reached the target. Perfect stock. I'm going to the 75 minutes. Look into this. Here I found a 75 minutes supply zone, rally, base and drop. RBR. And it is having follow through candles. Good. And next already price reached once here in the form of a rejection. So that means it already got one in entry and then again it came down to the demand zone, daily demand zone, and from there it went up and this is the candle, today's candle. This is yesterday's last candle, 75 minutes. Today morning 9:15 candle and this is a 10:30 candle and today at 11:45 candle we got the entry. And when it reached the target, today at 4:15 candle it reached the target. So what is the entry and what is the, target? Let us calculate. So this zone, this candle low is the entry. This candle low we can find here when I place my mouse here. What is the candle low? 4156.85. 4156.85. 4156.85. Is it reached the entry? Yes, today it reached. It went up to high 4158. It reached. It went up to 4158. So we got the entry here. And after that, see how this high liquidity zone, because here there are real pending orders are here. All these pending orders pushed the price down until its next 75 minutes demand zone. So where we exited here, what is the value here? 4086 minus 4086. We got 70 rupees 85 paisa profit for one stock during the intraday. So what is the lot size? OSFF. Sorry, OFSS. So lot size is 200 and what is the cost? 1,46,371. So into 200, we got 14,170 profit during the intraday session. Very good. But what is the return on the investment? ROI divided by 1,46,371. We got 9.68% return during the intraday trade. It's excellent return. Already we found two successful high liquidity zones that we published during the last trading session, that is on Friday. Let us look into the next stock. OFSS is successful. And the next stock is Shriram Finance. In Shriram Finance, the trend is, monthly trend is up, weekly trend is up, but daily trend is sideways. It is a perfect counter trend trading scenario. And moreover, this zone is also a counter trend related zone, high liquidity zone. but it is already tested 2 times, and the zone is located at the equilibrium. Good. And the risk reward is 1:1 at daily time frame level. But what we do, we will go to the lower time frame and then we will fine tune. So let's go to Shriram Finance. Shriram Finance Limited. First, let us go to the daily. This is our daily high liquidity zone, rally based drop, but it is already a tested zone. Here we have two conditions. Either you have to go deep into this zone and take the entry, or if there are any recently created zones at lower time frame, which is in confluence with this daily high liquidity zone, we can take an entry there as well. So let's go to the lower time frame, 75 minutes. Here at 75 minutes level, we didn't find any demand zones. So what I did, I went to one more time frame level down, and going for a intraday trade based on the 15 minutes time frame. So here we found one rally base drop, the 15 minute supply zone. But this supply zone, I don't want to take entry at the low of the supply zone. What I want to do, I want to take entry at the low of the daily high liquidity zone. I want to wait until price reaches to this zone, so that my risk is minimized. Now, see, the risk is very small now. If let me adjust. So I want my trade should be like this. See, at the border of this. So now I minimized the risk. If the price goes above this, I get my loss is very, very minimal. I am going for this kind of setup because this is the higher time frame, that is a daily. Daily is a high liquidity zone. Now, has it reached the entry? Yes. This is a 15 minutes candle. When I got the entry? Today at 11:15, 11:15, 15 minutes candle, we got the entry. What about the target? You can go for a target somewhere here at 15 minutes level, somewhere here, or if there is a chance that price doesn't reach until this point. You may say there is a very big candle. This is a 9:15 morning, 9:15. Sometimes some kind of order flow, that is a fake order flow, might show you. Maybe one order or two orders might have executed here. So let us don't just ignore this style here. The 9:15 candle, sometimes some mistakes will happen at the exchange. So what I do, either I can wait here or, but see, look here. See, the real order flow is starting from this blue color line I have drawn, the horizontal blue color line. See, most of the times prices are getting rejections from this. So I want to wait until price reaches here. There I want to exit. So 1910 is my exit point. And what is my entry? 1937. Sorry, 1938. 1938 is my entry. Did price reach until this horizontal line? Yes. because there is a real order flow. That's why the price went below. Maybe there is a lot of order flow below this. Maybe institutions might have set up some order flow, heavy order flow here. Because the supply is very strong, it consumed orders from here to here. See, from here what happened? The supply below this might have pushed up. But these orders are not tracked in the form of demand or supply zones. Maybe you may find in the low, maybe 5 minutes level, or maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes, or maybe 1 minute level, you may find. But anyway, we are not fine tuning at that level. It already reached our target. Our target is 1910. So minus 1910. So we got 28 rupees profit on one share. So what is the lot size? 600 is the lot size. What is the cost of the lot? 2,48,000. So into 600, we got 16,800 rupees profit during the intraday trade. So what is our return on the investment? So into 100 divided by the cost of the lot, that is 2,48,708 rupees. So it has given 6.75% return on our investment. So we have seen very three successful trades. They have given between the 6.7% until around 9%, right? So in this report, the last three stocks, one is Muthoot Finance. We got the entry and also it gave intraday target. OFSS also, it gave an entry and also reached the intraday target. And Shriram Finance also, it gave an entry and it reached the intraday target. So this is the power of our high liquidity zones. I wish you are seriously looking into this column zone and you are fine tuning the zones, high liquidity zones. Sorry, you are fine tuning high liquidity zones at 75 minutes level or 15 minutes level. Now let's go back and generate the demand and supply zones. So let me close all these things. Okay. So our entry time frame is a daily. Let us find the stocks which are near to the daily demand zone. Now 7 stocks are near to the daily demand zone. One index Nifty Private Bank is a high liquidity zone. Adani Enterprises, this is a TCO confirmation related zone. And we have Delta Corp, high liquidity zone, but look into the trend, downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. So you should also look into your higher time frame demand zones before you select this trade. Look into your weekly demand zone as well as monthly demand zone, because the trend is completely not in our favor, but it is already having one testing also. And any other high liquidity demand zones? No more. Okay, let's go back. For entry time frame daily, let us find the stocks which are near to the daily supply zone. GNFC is already identified during last Friday. Today we didn't get the entry. So it is again near to the resistance supply zone, which is already tested 3 times. And then we have Indigo. Sorry. Indigo is not a daily supply zone, is not a high liquidity zone. We have to look into only supply zones, high liquidity supply zones, because these are all the stocks near to the daily supply zones. And we have one more resistance supply zone, Muthoot Finance. Muthoot Finance is already, it gave it. We have analyzed Muthoot Finance, right? So that is also considered as rejections today. So lower time frame, it is an entry. As per daily time frame algorithm, it is considered as a rejection only. But 75 minutes level, it's an entry. We already got an entry today. And we got profit also, intraday profit. Now we are looking for one more entry into this zone. Okay, National Aluminium is already pierced zone. We don't care about this. Have to leave that. OFSS also, today the entry we got is in the form of rejection. We got an entry here. We got a success, very good success on OFSS. And what is the next one? PNB is a normal supply zone. And RBL Bank is again a high liquidity zone, but it is already tested 4 times. But look into the trend. Monthly sideways, but weekly and daily are uptrend. So you should be careful. And your trade planning should be very proper if you want to go for the short trading on this supply zone. Because unless I look into the chart, I cannot comment. Okay, next VDL is a normal supply zone. So these are all the high liquidity zones. So you need to analyze. Couple of them already we got trades in today, especially Muthoot and OFSS, and we got the success. We just looked into those trades. So now let's go back and find the stocks which are inside the demand and supply zones. So entry time frame is daily. Let us filter the stocks which are closed inside daily demand zone. You should also look for high liquidity zones in these stocks. So total 42 stocks are filtered where price closed inside daily demand zone. Let's go back. For entry time frame daily, let us filter the stocks where price closed inside daily supply zones. This is the filter list. So total 33 stocks are filtered where price closed inside daily supply zone. Let's find the tested zones. Entry time frame daily. Let us find daily tested demand zones. So these 13 demand zones are tested during this day. So let's go back. For entry time frame daily, let us filter the stocks which are tested daily supply zones. These 15 supply zones are tested during this day. So let's go back. Let's find the newly created demand and supply zones. Entry time frame daily. Let us filter the stocks having newly created demand zones. So these 12 stocks are having newly created demand zones. IRCTC is having a newly created high liquidity demand zone. Okay, let's go back. For entry time frame daily, let us find the stocks having newly created supply zones. These 6 stocks are having newly created supply zones. So this is about the filtered list. But for our further reference, let me show you demand and supply zones for all the 201 stocks. So entry time frame daily, I'm generating demand and supply zones for all the stocks. So I will keep on scrolling this list. So whichever the stock you want to refer, there you pause the video and you can study parameters related to the demand and supply zones. So this is the end of the report. I hope this information is useful to you. Let us again meet in our next video. Until then, have a good day.